Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today I put together a video of all the interviews I did at NEO DevCon this past weekend, including one with the man himself, Hongfei. So stay tuned for that. It was great meeting all of you at NEO DevCon this past week. Also thanks to EAK Digital for putting together this stuff. Thanks to NEO, and we'll get started on the videos right after a word from our sponsor. What's up, everybody? I'm here with John Davidos from NGD Seattle. How you doing, John?
Excellent, excellent. How are you?
Good, good. So we're going to talk about NGD Seattle, but before we do, you were just telling me a little bit about yourself that I found very interesting. So I wanted to share that here. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Certainly, yeah. I spent. I'll give you a summary. I don't want to give you my life story, but so I spent a number of years at Microsoft. I was a GM on the .NET division. We built the developer platform. Very successful, worked on engineering, worked on developer evangelism and relations. I built up Microsoft Digital in my last role. We took it from almost zero to about $500 million of revenue, a lot of fun, learned a lot. Yeah. Did 2 machine learning startups. So working on my second startup, machine learning, I ran into blockchain infrastructure. And once I got into the rabbit hole, once I realized the impact in terms of technology, the economic implications and the social implications, I said, look, I have to be working on blockchain platforms. Everything else kind of went into the background. So I did my homework. I was talking to a bunch of different blockchain platforms and looking at the architectures, the philosophy, the vision. And it was very clear to me that NEO was head and shoulders above every single platform in terms of Hongfei's smart economy vision. The architecture that Eric and Hongfei have put together, the underlying protocol for consensus based on PBFT. And also for me, what was very, very appealing is the polyglot aspiration for NEO. Multiple languages, developers of from every aspect, across different tool sets, frameworks, and I said, look, I got to find a way to work with Hongfei and Eric. So we met and we talked and we hit it off and we said, let's go build the NGD Seattle. Seattle is the cloud platform city. Pretty much every major cloud platform is being built in Seattle. NEO is the platform for the smart economy. We want to go do this work in Seattle, and that's how we launched NGD Seattle. I head up NGD Seattle. We're doing 2 things to give you a summary. Firstly, developer tooling. We want to make it very simple, very easy, very enjoyable for developers to build the apps. Almost like an F5 experience. You push a button, you got to be able to get up and running. The second thing is, we are seeing these emerging patterns, these early use cases and scenarios. There is a recurring set of patterns. So we will be building frameworks, libraries, building blocks, so that developers can be more productive in terms of time to market, in terms of time to value, and they can focus on their unique, innovative IP, as opposed to doing things like managing identity and authorization, and give you some examples, storage. So those are the 2 things driving NGD Seattle. In doing so, if you look at the developers worldwide, there's probably about 20 million plus developers worldwide, 20 million plus. And you say, okay, you know what? How many developers are working on the crypto, the blockchain space? Maybe a couple of 100,000 developers at best. So we are barely touching the tip of the iceberg. We want to serve all those developers worldwide. We want to serve them. We want to enable them. We want to empower them. We want to make them productive. And by having this presence in Seattle and by investing significantly, we believe we can go a long way in serving this global developer community.
Yeah, it's great, and you're getting in very early to get the developers aboard.
Absolutely.
So is NGD Seattle going to be a location where developers can go to learn more about blockchain?
So obviously, the website, the community links, we have GitHub, obviously, we have the documentation. So in today's globalized, multi-time zone way of living, there is no one place to go. There is no central place. But certainly you can look to NGD Seattle in terms of the focus on the developer experience. So we want the feedback. We're going to be working with the global communities. They will help us prioritize the backlog for NGD Seattle. So certainly any kind of feedback around the tooling and obviously productivity, please let us know. But yes, you're going to see us working very closely with developers worldwide.
Great.
I'm a big believer in that, you deliver features and capability based on what you hear from the community. That's what we were doing in the .NET era, and the same philosophy I think applies here, which is the developers building the apps know what they want, what's working, what's good, what's not working, what's not good, and that is the best way to prioritize the sprint backlogs.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So anything else you'd like to share with everyone out there about NGD Seattle?
Oh, definitely. I mean, look, we are growing. We're looking for people here, obviously in the Northwest, people who get platforms and platform development. And like I said, feedback. I mean, any kind of feedback you can give us. What you would like to see us do more. And the last thing I want to say is the NEO platform is unique. If you are developing apps, great. Thank you. If you haven't taken a look at NEO, I would strongly recommend and take a look. I think what you will see in terms of the architecture, the algorithms for consensus, in terms of the tooling, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about what you see in terms of the current infrastructure. And also the vision for NEO 3.0, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by what is on the anvil coming up in the near term for the 3.0 vision as well. This weekend, we also published the developer guide. It's a very concise summary of the platform as it is and what is coming. And if you're looking for a good way to intro yourself into the NEO platform, the developer guide might be a good document to take a look at as well.
Wonderful. So just for those people out there who might be interested, how do they find out more information about NGD Seattle, or how could they, you said you were looking for more people to get involved, how could they get involved?
Definitely. I mean, look, the existing community hubs, obviously, you can send us feedback. You can send us feedback through the existing channels. You can also send me email as well, johndavidos@neo.org. So please ping me directly. I'm happy to connect and talk and engage, so I'm available. Also at your service. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you.
All right.
Buddy, have a good day. Take care then.
What is up, everybody? I am here with Alex DiCarlo from NEO Tracker and NEO One. So, what is NEO Tracker and NEO One?
Well, so NEO Tracker is a blockchain explorer and wallet for the cryptocurrency NEO. NEO One is a development platform that we've been building that makes it as easy as possible, we believe, to make a smart contract and decentralized app on NEO.
Ah, that is awesome. So NEO Tracker, why would they use that as opposed to any of the different ones out there?
So NEO Tracker is probably the premier blockchain explorer. I mean, everybody, it's linked across the internet. It's linked from CoinMarketCap at basically anywhere that people are using a blockchain explorer for NEO. It's been linked. I think the better question is why would they use NEO Tracker wallet, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because blockchain, the blockchain explorer itself, we're linked pretty much everywhere. But there's a lot of different wallets out there that people can use. And I think that it's really the ease of use, right? You can just log in on your browser. You don't have to download any apps. You just go and you can interact with your cryptocurrency right within your browser. And we're actually going to have a redesign that we're doing coming up in the next couple of months that will add a bunch of new features. So, check it out in a couple of months.
Awesome. And so, what have you guys been doing with NEO One?
So NEO One is really it's an end-to-end all-in-one framework for building decentralized apps on NEO. So it's from the very beginning where you need to create your smart contract, all the way to deploying it to a private network locally to test, to interacting with your smart contract within your decentralized app, to unit testing your smart contract. Is all built into this framework. And I think it's the best way to get started on NEO. It's one of the easiest ways, and within the next month or so, we'll have a few example contracts deployed to the mainnet, so people can see that this is actually working end-to-end for people. And if you want to try it out, you should go to https neo1.io/courses. We have a full online editor and tutorial for building tokens, which you do entirely in your browser. You don't have to do any kind of setup. Nothing to install. You can create your smart contract, create a full decentralized app actually around your token just in your browser.
Oh, that's awesome. So this is going to be a tool that's going to help a lot of developers come and use NEO.
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like people to know?
I think that's about it. I mean, really, definitely go check it out online. Again, you don't have to install anything. neo1.io/courses, and yeah, come check it out.
Perfect, awesome, thanks, pound it
Yep.
out. Cool.
What's up, guys? I'm here with Rudy Rong from Magic Cube.
So, tell us, what is Magic Cube?
Hey guys, so Magic Cube is a project based both in China and in California, Newport Beach. We dedicated to help games to get more users and increase the gamers' retention by incentivizing the early adopters of each game through initial game offering tokens. So we basically have two parts of the whole product. The first main part is Magic Cube Exchange, which all the initial game offering tokens, IGO tokens, are listed. Each game has their own tokens. The second part is a CubeKit SDK that each of the traditional game could incorporate into their development process. And we've been in the gaming publishing industry for 2 to 3 years. What we realized lately is that because before there are more users than the games, but now we have a lot of games that are similar, but we don't have enough users. So what we do is we try to make it fair for the early adopter of the games, because when a new game first came out, the community is not built out yet, the contents are not there. But so why does the early adopters want to stick with the new game instead of playing a more mature one at the same type? Well, the answer is here. If you play a new game, a new IGO game through Magic Cube publishing platform, you will use the same amount of time and same amount of gaming behavior, but they got more initial game offering coins, initial game offering tokens, IGO tokens, through playing the new games. So that way, when the game grows bigger, when there are more content and there are more users, the total IGO tokens number are finite. So the demand drives the IGO tokens price up. That's the key philosophy behind it. We're solving the really differences between our project and the other project you may see online or elsewhere is that we are really here to solve a real issue that we've been observed in the gaming publishing industry.
Yeah, great. So it's almost like being an early adopter to Bitcoin, whereas they would have, if they mined early on, they would have been able to get a lot more.
Yeah, we call it in-game mining. So basically, you play a game, it equals to mining. And it's different. It also is different from all the other projects you see, made like social mining, or you comment on something, you watch a video mining. These behavior mining projects is because see, we've been in the publishing industry for a while, so we realized that if you do a social platform, you comment and you can mine out some coin, you will have like a rooted Android machines keep clicking, making 10,000 comments a day. So these things are not robust. These user behaviors are not organic. They could be artificial. But for Magic Cubes, because all of our gaming behaviors are inside the games, so it's really hard for any rooted Android machine or robots to mimic that. So 100% of our gaming behaviors are from real person, one way or another.
Oh, great. So since you've been in the publishing industry for a while, you already have a few games out there, yes?
Oh yeah, we currently have 23 games. And we currently have 23 games, and we currently have 15 million users. We are focusing on expanding our gaming publishing service internationally right now because we were invested by Tencent and a bunch of other big gaming companies in China.
Great.
So currently we are pushing on 2 new games. One is an SLG game, card game that focusing on North America. It's similar to Hearthstone, but you guys should check it out on our exchange. Our exchange address is exchange.magiccube.io, and yeah, be sure to check it out. It's really fun. And the other games we have are we have a slot game pushing out in Middle East. We work with the biggest social media platform in Middle East called Soma, and we're pushing a couple slot game out there. It's also fun. These 2 games are in English. We are looking at bringing 5 to 6 new English games to international followers and community as well. So definitely follow me on Twitter, Rudy Rong, and check out our exchange and check out our games. So 100% of every IGO tokens are mining. So we don't do pre-sale. We're not here to scam anyone, to take anyone's money. So you can totally just play the game, get a token, and make some money for yourself. That's like, we see your time and your efforts in games as a a way of investing in the games in the early stage. And but if you really have the money, put in Magic Cube coin. We're going to be listed on Bittrex and potentially Binance in May or June. So feel free to join our community. I think we will have some potentially eco partners slots available. So if you guys are really hearing this, go check it out.
Awesome. So last question. There are a lot of blockchains out there. Why choose NEO?
Oh yeah, NEO has tons of potential. Basically, they can handle more IFPS at the same time, and their 3.0 is coming out. Da talked a lot of potential about that as well. I really believe it could be the next internet, one day. And also, investing in our first round, obviously. So that's another reason. We are working closely. Obviously, NEO still have some bugs here and there, but I have full faith that we'll fix all of them and make it great again.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for the interview.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, bro.
What's up, everybody? I am here with Arkon and appease from O3. What's
there.
going on,
Hey.
guys?
Yeah.
Hey, so tell us a bit. What is O3?
Yeah, O3 is a wallet for NEO, and we try to make it as user-friendly as possible and easy to use, so getting an easy entry for people into the NEO ecosystem. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so our tagline is your gateway to the smart economy, which is
Yeah.
along the line with the NEO mission. Yeah.
Okay, so there are a couple options out there for NEO wallets. Why would someone use O3 as opposed to one of the other ones?
I think besides having this user-friendly interface, we've got a lot of cool features that other wallets don't have. What we're focusing right now is a dApp platform, so I think we're the only one in the NEO ecosystem that really has it worked out so far. And we've been adding a lot of new dApps into the whole our app, so people can not just hold their coins in our app, but they can also spend it and do stuff with it. We've got a integrated trading function in the wallet, so people can just trade from their wallet, which is I think pretty unique for the NEO ecosystem. And
Yeah. And then we will have like the 2 or 3 coming in this month and the next month to integrate with our dApp platform.
Okay, and is this a mobile wallet? Is it a desktop wallet? What do you have?
Yeah, both. So we started out with just a mobile wallet, but it's grown beyond that. Desktop wallet right now, and some cool integrations on desktop as well, where basically anyone can access dApps even through like a normal browser, and it will connect to the desktop wallet, kind of like MetaMask, but then even a step further.
Very cool.
So.
What about integration with some cold storage wallets like Ledger,
Yep,
Trezor?
so we
we
got
support
Ledger
Ledger.
on desktop, and hopefully we'll have the Ledger Nano X through mobile as well.
All right, awesome. And what have you got coming up in the future for O3?
So one of the biggest things I think for ourselves is like fiat gateway. So we'll have an option to buy NEO with credit card,
Cool.
which I think will be the first like in the whole space to do that. That's pretty exciting. And again, just focusing, getting more dApps. I think having more things to do for the user in the app. So that's going to be exciting.
Great. Anything else you want to let everybody know?
Just try it out, and
Try us out.
Where can they
give
go
us
to find
feedback.
it?
just go to o3.network, and then we've got links to all the apps for mobile, desktop, and just check it out.
Great. Thanks very much, guys.
Yes, thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thanks.
What's up, everybody? I'm here with Vitor and Igor from NEO Research. How you guys doing?
Fine.
Good. Yeah, so today, tell us about NEO Research.
You can start. Oh, it's a great pleasure to get interviewed like the selfie. I like this style.
Oh, yeah, real classy.
New research started, it dates back like 1.5 years ago when we started we had a project called Sidechain. That was, we were running at the beach, because we are both, our background is from the academic.
Okay.
Academic. So since the academia has that that most universities in the world and also the industry, they still have some goals that is to publish papers, and also it's a way of sharing knowledge. So the path of science has now is like publish papers and spread the science through means of journals and all that. And what we saw after I finished my PhD and my brother, we were running at the beach and say, cara, what changes in our life if we publish our paper in an open source journal, or if we publish our paper in this journal with theoretically higher impact? At the end, we start to have these discussions about what's the importance of each journal. So we thought about a system that peer review of science would be more transparent. So science could be on the blockchain. So for that purpose, we thought about Ethereum. It was like 2 years ago. But then the economic model of Ethereum did not really meet the need for our system. So we saw NEO. We were like checking blockchain projects, and we started to get used to NEO. And for using NEO, since we use a Linux environment, we didn't have Visual Studio. So the first barrier was how to compile a smart contract. And then came our first project called NEO Compiler. That then we met Hongfei, Eric, and they liked the idea with Peter. And they said, oh, since you have the background from the academia, you could set our community focus on didactic tools, on science, on researching for high-level development for the new ecosystem. So this was how the community was settled.
All right,
Long answer, but I think.
Yeah, did you have anything you wanted to add, Igor?
No, he told the story.
Okay,
Correct.
great. And so you mentioned you looked at Ethereum. Why did you choose NEO?
Yeah, like Vitor said, the economic model for NEO looked more interesting to us in a point that on NEO it's possible to have high performance on the transactions, so you have to wait less, and still it's possible to have free transactions, like at least a small slot of the block you can do like freely. So this was important because some projects like ours, we didn't want like to every author to pay to submit a basic version of the manuscript. Obviously, to store the data, like the full paper, it needs to pay because it's a more complicated storage. And even now, NEO is developing the new FS. It will be important to our project too. But at least the initial part of the process could be like very cheap or free. That's important. Even if it's not completely free, it's important to be cheap at least. Otherwise, you will give away these possible users. So this was an important thing we saw in you.
Great. And so how far now are you developed in NEO research? Can people post to it? I mean, where are you in development?
We have a
prototype.
a common, it's an open source community, so everyone can contribute as they can contribute to like the new core development, the new project GitHub, as well NGD, City of Zion. So all projects that we have been working, they are MIT licensed, so they are open for everybody to contribute. Basically, the first project, as I mentioned, was this online compiler. Later on, there was an interesting tool that we developed called Smaco. It's for smart account composing. You can personalize your address because there is a need in industries and also for users that sometimes you want specific criteria for unlocking the fund. For example, you want 3 people to sign, but if one of those 3 signed, I need one of that 5. So you can create crazy combinations of signatures. And that is very, actually it's possible to do on NEO, but we need like a tool to like flow charts to push that. So we have these open repositories of ideas. Most of the things that most things we create are things that we use.
Yeah.
That we use.
Well, that's
and
great.
furthermore, we are trying to write technical specifications. Since we are from the academy, we are writing like academic papers for publishing in conference. We are developing such system, but we did not move away from the standards. The standard is published in conference, published in journals. So we have been writing some technical documents about a mathematical programming model for testing the consensus with our background of optimization. So we are also writing something now called the green paper that we, instead of publishing in a conference, we are making that document available for everybody to contribute. So I think it's I don't know if we're going to publish that, if we're going to submit in a conference, because since the document is going to be made available, so it's a trade-off. We don't send to a conference, but we make it available for everybody to contribute and become like a technical specification.
Great.
So,
Great. So anything else that you'd like people to know about NEO research?
Well, people can join our website and or just find us in Discord channels or any other channels. And if they feel they want to contribute, so feel free to contribute.
All right, thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? I am here with Sean Chen from Black Hat, wearing the coolest jacket I think I've seen all conference. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah. So tell us, what is Black Hat?
Black Hat is a gaming platform, just like the Steam, you know Steam. And but we do not cut the revenue from the developers, right? We let the revenue all go to the developers. By the way, I want to introduce our team, right? We have been gaming industry in over 15 years, right? And we make several successful games, which make us about over 600 million RMB revenue. But it not all come to us. Most of them goes to the publisher and the channels, right? So the idea come with us because we engage the blockchain, right? Since there is blockchain, we can build a platform that all the revenue we can share back to the developers. Let them make quality games better, right? Yeah. So this is the main purpose of Black Hat. And we help the developers build their on-chain game, like, for example, bring the assets, digital assets like the token, coin, and the guns, and the equipment, or whatever, right? Bring on-chain. So the assets can hold by player on them by themselves, on their own hand, right? This is the main purpose, help the players and the developers. Yeah, and skip the middle part, right?
Yeah.
Which take the most of revenue and I think it's not worth, right? Because the value created always by the developer and the players, right? Is these two things is more important. Okay, this is what we do.
Great. So do you have any games available now, or where are you in development?
And we have the platform is still under developing and testing. We are on online, maybe on March this year. Yeah, and there is several games prepared, already have testing and test once or twice this month, right? And we'll go online with us in March, maybe 5 or 6 games. Okay.
Great. So I think one thing that probably, I'm not exactly sure how the system works with kind of the middlemen that you're cutting out, but they kind of help get users to play the games. Yeah. Correct? So what's your model for getting users to play the games? How are you going to get adoption?
You can consider us also the publisher for the developers. We spend the resources to get the players, right? And we do it more like the blockchain way. Like we are developer community that group up with the developers and the players. We expand the community by achieving quality games, like Fortnite, there's many users, right? We wanted to build a blockchain version, popular game, right? This is our purpose. But from the beginning, we must help the developers. There is also an open source community that we will offer many open source projects, like quality games. You can have the small team that build quality game easily, So if there is some guy who come out, have a good idea, like PUBG, right? And they don't need to go to a big company, and They tell them, hey, how to build a successful game. They can, from the beginning, come to our community and based on our open source project and grow up the team from our community, because there is several developers help them, right, grow up and gathering some fans to funding them, right, like a pre-sale, cloud sale, right, and they can build the game commercial on our platform. So this is another thing we also working out. Okay.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different blockchains out there. Why choose NEO?
Oh, because we think NEO has the how to say, the TPS is higher, right? And it's a clean project. We think we are building a Zoro chain as a side chain of NEO chain, right? We have the but it will faster than NEO because we doing some improvement. We doing this aggressive, more aggressive than NEO, right? Because NEO is a for general purpose chain, and we are focused on the gaming industry. So NEO is a clean project that for us easily to modification and have a higher TPS, right? And it's also stable, right? Okay.
Right. Great. So anything else that you'd like people to know about Black Hat?
We are preparing launch at Match, and we are also have a partnership project to help us to expand our community. Everyone can come to us and become a partnership, right? We have the certificate as a partnership built on NFT smart contract, right? And once you got the certificate, and you get a promotion code, and you can help us to promotion our games and the platform, right? You also may get some benefit from it, okay? Also, there is our job, right? Stay at a conference and you can get our job, okay?
Wonderful. Thanks very much, Sean.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? I'm here with Eric Wang from Arkon Cloud. How you doing, Eric?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. So tell us a little bit about Arkon Cloud.
Yeah, so Arkon Cloud aims to be the file storage infrastructure for a new decentralized internet. And we started off as a technology-focused company, focusing on building a blockchain-based storage ecosystem based off erasure codes. But from that point on, we discovered that we can overhaul and create a completely custom blockchain storage system that essentially is in every way an improvement over other blockchain-based storage ideas. And from that point on, we realized that we've been focusing not just in technology, but also on the usability front. So we've been focusing on integrating with public chains and making sure that everybody who wants to build a dApp can use a well-functioning file storage solution that is decentralized.
Okay. So you mentioned that this is potentially an improvement over other file storage solutions. How is that?
Right. So as I mentioned, we kind of built everything from the ground up, starting with the idea that files that are stored in the network should be very resilient. So from this idea, that means that we are the first file storage system with file fault tolerance, that is a Byzantine fault tolerance that is a percentage of the network. So that means that even in a very malicious system, all your files will still be secure. And through that idea, we've developed other networking protocols that will allow you to transfer and deliver these files very easily. And I think one of the biggest barriers, though, is not technology, because technology, I think, will improve over time. But from the usability standpoint, we also take, for example, the mantra of having downloaders not needing to understand the blockchain in order to use these file storage systems. So any downloader, which, for example, an end user, can just go to a Arkon Cloud-enabled website, which is enabled by essentially just one line of JavaScript code, and they could view images or other content that are uploaded through a decentralized cloud without even noticing the difference between that and something from Amazon, per se.
Really?
Yeah.
So one thing that I heard about decentralized file storage is that it is slower than a centralized thing. So how is it that people are able to really get those files without a noticeable difference?
Right. So, there's two differences in the speed here. So I think I want to make the distinction between the actual upload and transactions and the download. So in a decentralized cloud, any sort of upload transaction will likely be slower than in a centralized system because you need to wait for the transactions to be confirmed with your payment, et cetera, as long as you're accepting payment for your upload. But on the download side, if you take the download off-chain, then that shouldn't necessarily be slower than a centralized setting. And we've already noticed that in decentralized networks or decentralized file systems, such as in BitTorrent, downloads are actually can be significantly faster than in centralized systems.
Yeah, great. So there's a lot of blockchains out there. Why NEO?
Yeah, so NEO is a very high-performance blockchain, and they're really focusing on their business use cases as well as their community. So NEO has developed a very good community of strong supporters, and also they're working, from knowing them more, they're working a lot more on the technology front as well. So I do think NEO has a very bright future ahead of them, and I do think that they'll get a large share of the dApp market. So I think NEO's one of the perfect partners to work with in this regard.
Cool. Anything else you'd like people to know about Arkon Cloud?
Yeah, we're gonna launch our testnet in a private testnet in beginning of March and a public first testnet on March 31st. So if anyone's interested, please go to www.arkon.cloud and check us out.
Awesome, sounds good. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
You got it. What's up, everybody? I'm here with the man who needs no introduction, Hongfei. How you doing?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing good, doing great. Yeah.
Great. So we're here today. We're to talk about some exciting things. Definitely NEO 3.0. That's the talk on the town.
Yes, that's the biggest. That will be the biggest update since the birth of NEO.
Yeah. So what do people have to look forward to with NEO 3.0?
With 3.0, we'll have a completely new architecture. So basically, everything will be improved. Yeah. So the performance, reliability, and even the on-chain governance model may be changed or may be optimized. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, so that's a big thing to look forward to. And since last NEO DevCon, what have you guys been up to at NEO?
We've been very busy doing everything. We have reorganized the whole team. So now we have NEO Foundation on the top, managing the strategy and also the finance part. And then there are two entities under the NEO Foundation. The NGD, New Global Development, is the execution arm for to execute all the strategies. And then we have NGC, the investment arm, and they are doing very good regarding their investment performance. And also we are developing the community. Now this year, NEO Foundation will sponsor over 10 different developer communities all around the world. And also we have developed a core developer program. So more than a dozen core developers will be sponsored by the foundation. So every business as usual, and actually we're doing better. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's great news. So the big question that a lot of people had, that a lot of people were asking when I asked them, what should I ask you, is ontology. So I was at NEO DevCon last year. Everybody got some ontology for being there, which is great. A lot of people think there are kind of similarities between ontology and NEO that maybe one may be better than the other. Or, I mean, what are your thoughts about ontology?
There are similarities. For example, the smart contract system are exactly the same, so they are compatible. That means if you are a new developer, you will know how to write smart contract for ontology, and vice versa. If you are an ontology developer, you can know how to build your dApps also on NEO, and even maybe in the future some dApps can be migrated from one blockchain to another. And I think at the layer 1 level, it is a good thing to have variety. And actually, ontology and NEO are focusing on different directions. Ontology is more focused on digital identity and also the exchange of personal private data and also multi-party computing. So that's the ontology's direction, and NEO is more focused on generic smart contract platform and the network for smart economy. So at the layer 1 level, we will have different blockchains. They have different governance model, different consensus. Ontology have their own VBFT consensus, and NEO use DBFT. So, but on top of layer 1 infrastructure, we can have layer 2 solutions. And layer 2 will serve as a middle layer. So it will be easier for dApp developers to directly hook their application on layer 2. So yes, there are similarities, but they're quite different and moving to different directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the concerns that I heard voiced by a lot of people was their thoughts that one may take over the other. Like
That's not true. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So they're both going in different directions.
Going different
not really
directions,
redundant.
different governance model, and different funding methods. So the team is different. Is independent. Is completely independent. So no, there won't be one replace another one.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being here at NEO DevCon, I mean, it's great to see the community, all the dApps that you have. It seems like a really tight-knit community. And so in terms of that, like, you talked about your vision of being the number 1 blockchain by 2020, and you kind of defined that a little bit more in the opening yesterday. Yes. So what's the plan for getting there? First, what's the vision for people who may not have seen
First, the vision of NEO is smart economy. So but vision is something that's quite far away. And our mission by 2020 is to become the number 1 blockchain. And we defined it as has the best performance, has a very versatile ecosystem, and also to be compliant or compatible to mainstream economy. So to achieve that goal, it's not easy. The thing is, we need to work really hard to make sure that the developers really will use NEO as a platform. So we decided to work with some veterans in the IT industry. Now we're holding the DevCon 2 in San Francisco. There's a reason behind it, because we will open our the first overseas or international NGD office in Seattle, and 2 former Microsoft executives will be leading the team, and they have been deeply involved with Microsoft.NET, so they have lots of experience how to win the competition in a platform competition. Yes.
Yeah, I just spoke with John, and he was saying great things about NEO and how he looked at all the different platforms, and he felt that NEO was light years ahead of a lot of the other ones out there.
He's very passionate.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so that sounds great. So anything else you'd like to let everybody know about out there about NEO?
I hope that everyone from the NEO community, everyone that are concerned about NEO, check our new website. It just got live, I think, yesterday. And also follow our Twitter. We are pretty active for the past few months. So follow us, and there will be good news coming up in the next this year. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for taking time with us.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.